extraordinary story of a man whose life has not been defined just by the punches he threw in the boxing ring, but by the strength he demonstrated outside of it. That man is George Foreman, a man who not only left his mark on the boxing ring, but also on the million life of others through his spirit. George was born on January 10 in Texas, raised in a small town by a poor family. His father, who abandoned the family when George was very young, and his mother, who worked tirelessly to support him and his siblings. George was a troubled youth, not interested in school and often found himself in trouble. Like many young men growing up in such environment, he faced the temptation of path toward violence and crime. However, it was through boxing that he found his purpose, and at the age of 15, he joined the local boxing program, and soon he began to transform in a boxer of skill and power. One of the most iconic moments in George's career, or let's say perhaps in the boxing history, came on October 30th, where he faced Muhammad Ali in a rumble. Ali famously used his rope-a-dope strategy, leaning against the rope and allowing George to throw punches in order to tire him out. George was fighting Ali till that time. However, in the 8th round, Ali unleashed a powerful combination and knocked George out. George lost his title of heavyweight champion. For Ali, it was a victory, but for George, it was a devastating setback. After the loss, George left boxing. He found a new path in life and turned to religion. He became a preacher and founded a church in Houston. However, in the mid-1990s, he came back to boxing, this time in his 40s. And he was determined to show the world that age is just a number. He came back to the ring after 10 years of absence. Now, he was fighting in 1994 at the age of 45 with Michael Moorer. Here's where the story takes a jaw-dropping turn. He didn't just come back to sport. He came back to conquer it again. People didn't believe in him. They doubted. He's too old, too slow, past his prime. But George, he didn't care. He said, age doesn't define your fight. And guess what? In the 10th round, he knocked Michael out, regaining the heavyweight title back at the age of 45. He became one of the oldest heavyweight champion in history. His story teaches us that setbacks don't define us, and even after failure, there's always a second chance. You think you failed? You think you can't come back from your mistake? Look at George. He lost, he stood up again. He fell even harder and he rose even higher than he could ever before. If he can change, so you can change. Stop letting your past define you. Your mistakes are not your future. If he can transform his life, so why can't you? It's time to end this speech with his words. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, Kodev, for sharing the